Alright, folks, before I get into this video, A, hope my battery doesn't die, and B, I hope I have enough storage space. But it's your friendly spirit of the Bush Wolf-Wiccan, and I'm bringing you an update. Let's start with the pickup. I am going to get back on this baby. As you can see, I got the tire and that off. I had to get that tire back on so I can move this. And I also got to get the cab off and the fenders, because I'm working on pulling those off. And I kind of just tucked that out of place so I could try to put tension on these bolts, so I could see if I could get that one out. And it didn't work, so I'm going to have to probably cut it with a grinder, which is okay because I'll get new ones. I'm going to try to salvage this sheet metal, but I don't know if it's going to be salvageable. As you can see right there, it's pretty chewed, but we can cut that. And it's pitted, but again, this sheet metal is not going to be perfect on this truck by all means. Even stuff like this won't be perfect, because as you can see, I hope you can see that, the pitting along there. And so I'm going to try to grind out the pitting the best I can, but it's not going to be perfect by all means. So that's why I said it's not going to be a perfect factory showroom quality factory restoration, but it's going to get restored to factory spec. It's just not going to be fully showroom quality factory, like it's stepped right off the line, because there's just so much pitting. Even here, there you can see the pitting, and that you just have to buff out as best you can with like a grinder and try to take it down and get most of it, smooth it. But I don't think it's ever going to be perfect, and it's never going to be 100%, because in order for me to do that, it would involve me taking the original sheet metal and getting rid of it, and I just don't want to do that. I want to fix and repair the original sheet metal and use it, as much of it as I can, and the less that I have to get, the better, and make my own pieces versus buying from the catalog, because then you start making it on original. And as far as I know, this is the original sheet metal for this truck, so it would be a shame to just... Now, I'm not saying there couldn't be replacement panels on this truck, but I'm almost 100% sure this is all the original sheet metal, except for the wood has probably been replaced. And so that's why it would be a shame to get rid of the sheet metal. But as you can see, like these door handles, these have to go because they're just gone. So that's inedible. This door is probably going to be fixed up and left as it is, but I'm going to repair the rust at the bottom and repaint it over with green paint. I'm going to hang this because, like I mentioned, I don't know if I have, but I'm pretty sure I did. You can see right on this side of the truck that there is a hole that's plugged by somebody's plug that they later did for a door lock, and I don't know if this is because of the fact it was a crossbody it had this, or for A, or B because somebody needed a different door and they swapped it out. But that other door is going to get a key lock too, because it's just going to be so much easier having a key lock on the driver's side and the passenger side, so I can just lock both sides from the key or whatever side I'm on. But this also will lock from the inside, so but it'll just be nice to have the key lock on both sides. So that's going to be my change. And yes, I was changed to this truck, because I think that's correct to this truck, because I was told it was a crossbody, as I've mentioned before in the past. If you watch my previous videos, I'm sure I talked about that, this being a 29 crossbody. So I think that might be factory spec to the crossbody, because they had so many of those and then they just started making those. But this is towards the end where they ran out of this door without the lock. But I'm not going to keep that, even though because that's a rare, this truck's rare because of those mix match pieces. I'm still not going to keep that, because that's just something I want to do. But like I said, I don't want to hack up this door because it's original to the truck, so that's why I want to repair the rust on the bottom and fix the door, and then repaint that bottom, and then just smooth this down and clear coat it without damaging that, because of that being the numbers showing that this was a plow truck. So just to have it as a little piece from the truck. And I may try to salvage this, but I don't think so because I'm going to get new key locks for both sides, so I probably won't salvage that. I might salvage these little nubs just because I want original nubs if they don't make them close to this factory design. Anyways, that is the truck pretty much. I'm going to make some stands for it. I hope to have future videos of this truck when it is when I got more chance to work on it and showing me step by step pulling apart parts. Here's my pile. I tried to put a tarp over and sadly just didn't go. Montgomery Ward's is pretty much covered up, but as you can see right there, wind blew it off. I'll have to come and fix that. There's the Simplicity, it's just sitting, and the 1256. I was watching one of my videos recently and I realized that I accidentally called that the 212 and not the 1256. So if you're listening to a video where I was talking about flipping the 212 and selling it, that's actually, I was confusing the two because I was watching it and I wondered why I said that. I was actually referring to the 1256. So just to keep that in mind, that's what I meant about the trading for Ford Garden tractors video that I was talking about. That as I meant old 1256, and I'm still considering doing something like that with them. Over here is a snowblower. The Craftsman sits as it does, 2 snowblowers to do. The farther mower is junk. That one's gonna get redone. The farther mower is something that my boss had, and I'm going to work a deal out on the price for repairing the mower I have of his in the shop that I've been doing in trade for that pile of scrap so I can scrap it. As you can see, I have not gotten rid of the scrap pile or the Blazers. That white Blazer is up for sale for anybody in and around Vermont who is interested in it. I will give them a good deal on it because I know what I paid for it, and I'll give them a really good deal because it does not run, and I do need to get rid of it. So if you're interested, it would run if you jump it, I should say, but it doesn't physically run right now unless you jump it, and I think it's due to because A, the battery being dead, which I did pull out of it, and B, also because of the fact that the alternator needs to be rebuilt on it, and I just don't want to do that because with the alternator and it needing new tires and a front windshield and it needs some body work. But if somebody's looking for a parts vehicle, a Blazer for parts, and needs the parts, that one's perfect for it. It'll run, the engine's good. I just don't know if it'll ever go on the road again because on the bottom of it is in the back where the hitch is, it's starting to rot out where you can put a hitch on it, and I think that the chassis is starting to show its age. Have not gotten back to the Bolins to try to get that started, but I will. There is the rototiller that I've been working on, the reverse model, the Fraser one, and not the Graham Page version, which is sitting out there, which is slated to come in. This is going to become an exercise bike because I have it around and I'm not doing anything with it. I was given this years ago, and I hope to turn it into an exercise bike. I got to get gloves for my blasting cabinet. As you can see, I covered it up. I moved the TV that was there and put it up in the rafters in pieces. So I did do that. There's the console part of the Simplicity, which is still in the works. This mower I haven't been able to find the parts to, but it's coming. There's some more of the Simplicity, and up at the very top, I don't know if you can see it, but way over there is the engine block for my ex-boss's mower. And so I'm trying to get that done for him because we have maintained a friendship since I quit working there. one of them that I was pretty close to it, and the rest of them do miss me. But because of caregiving, I had to give up that job. And they do miss me, and they've been trying to get me to come back. And I may go back there when if I don't have caregiving to do. I don't know. It all depends on what my life is hinged and how far I am to my goals yet. Because I do have life goals, but they were really good to me there, and they really treated me fairly, helped me out. He even helped me find mowers, which spearheaded my channel. So that's always a good thing. So excuse the mess here in the shop. All my lovely decor up there. Oh, I didn't bring him out. I will do a video on him as I got some stuff from him because he stopped by the other day, my ex-boss, to visit. And he had some magazines he knew I wanted. So I will do some videoing on that. And that's pretty much it. I haven't been in the greatest spirits lately, I will say, because I've been without my meds for at least a week now. But thankfully tomorrow they're coming back, so I'm feeling better about that. I ran out of them. So that's that. Pretty much as far as I'm going to go with that there, because, you know, I don't want to bring people down just talking about all my negative sadnesses and stuff, because I try to keep my YouTube channel positive. But I do like to give you little snippets of the reality of my life and the things that I go through and struggles that I have, and talk about things that I'm very opinionated about. That's probably sometimes more opinionated than normal, but I've always believed that people need to have an opinion on something or else they just won't go anywhere. I think that's pretty much going to do it for the update on the projects, because this video is already almost 13 minutes long, and I have gone on enough and I could keep going, but it's just I have not been on YouTube as frequently as I should, I feel. But like I said, I don't have the video camera set up yet, and I keep talking about that, but I'm gonna get there. I hope to get videos of my garden in the summer and get this rototiller done during the winter, so I can get to my garden in the summer, and I hope to give you more videos on that, YouTubers. But you know how it is. It just happens. Life gets in the way and things happen, which nobody can avoid. I have obligations, so it's hard for me to do so. But I think coming this next year, when I have the money, I'm gonna try to get a video camera set up, and I'm gonna see if I have the funds in my savings for it, because I do make money here and there. So when I have the money, I tend to save it when I can, because it's not like I'm not working. It's just that because I'm an at-home caregiver, I can't really, so I have to do like weekends. So it'll be nice to have that make sure I have that income so I can invest it into this channel, because I want to see this channel go far. And again, like I've stated in the past, I could do all the Patreon stuff and all that, but you will never see me do that, because A, I don't like handouts, and B, I just don't think it fits me, because I respect people who want to do that stuff, but I personally don't understand why you wouldn't, for say, need to. But I was watching one YouTuber before I end this video, even though it's already getting to close to 15 now. I was watching one YouTuber, and I have to say that I really like her content, and I won't name her name, and usually I only say them, but I really did like her content, and she does a lot of like gaming based stuff, and so I've vowed that if I ever get, and she might even see this, but if I ever make, and I probably mentioned it too, if I ever win the lottery, which lately I feel my luck has been coming along, and I'm not a person who saying this out of greed, just to clarify that, because not that you would think that for say, but sometimes people interpret things different. That's just because I've never been the wealthiest person in the world, and it would be nice to have that. And if I don't get it, I'm not going to be sad about it, per se, but it would be nice because then I wouldn't have to always struggle for finances and stuff like that, and things would, I feel, would pick up for me better. But anyways, if I do win the lottery, that I'm probably gonna end up taking a chunk. And I was reading the lottery, and it was up to like what, 100 million for the megabucks, 100 million for the megabucks. So I'm hoping that maybe, if I'm lucky, that I hope I win. Then I could donate some money to her, and I'm probably gonna drop a large chunk of $50,000 to her. And I know that a lot of people hearing this might think I'm crazy for doing something for that. Maybe some of you won't. But I feel, even though that's a lot of money, and I know that the person is on there, and sometimes people tend to like go on there and it seems like they're begging and stuff. I just really like her content, and I think it's, in my mind, it's a way of giving back in some form to somebody, because I was watching a video of hers, and she was talking about struggling with keeping the internet on at her place, I think, and she was having troubles with it because she couldn't afford it as much. So it would be nice to be able to have that money to give to her, just because I feel I'd be giving back to somebody who really deserves it, because this person has been more than very kind to me. And there's also another person that she's friends with that watches her videos, and they've known each other longer than I have, but they've both been very nice to me and did a lot of things that made me really happy, and made me feel that somebody thought something of me. Not that I don't think people do, per se, but it's just like, you never expect the things that have happened through this. So it was very nice, and so I want to give back to her and help her channel. And I think that's a good way to do it, because she has that. And to me, honestly, what is money if you have all this money but you never really use it? So why not give a little money back to somebody else here and there? Keep enough for you to survive and live. But when you get something like that, don't become greedy about it, and don't get all like, oh, I got all this money and I'm gonna blow it on a million things. Give some back to other people. Yeah, you can buy things you want, or buy things you need, or that you feel you need at the time, but just remember to always, like I said, take some and give it back to somebody if you win it. Because you were once, I feel, a person, as a person, and I can say this for me or anybody, say you win that money, you were once in that situation without that money before you won it. So think about how it might feel for somebody else, has always been my feeling. And I'm not telling everybody that they have to do this, but that's just how I've always felt. So in my mind, if I can give back to her, I am going to give back to her. And if I was to win the set amount I said I would, and I could afford that, I would give her at least that, because I think that's a more than fair amount, and it would last her for a lot of years. I could give her 100,000. I could give her anything, but I think 50,000 to me is more than fair, because that is still quite a chunk, even though I'm making millions. Just because I believe there's a limit. Yeah, it's good to give back, but you should always set a limit of how much you give back, and not in a greedy way, just like, you know what I mean. But anyways, YouTubers, that's pretty much that. So we're at 20 minutes now. This video is long enough. I hope to get more updates, and I hope to, maybe this coming year, camera, tripod, and computer on my list. And I'm gonna get over with my one of my family members who helps me with my finances, and see if it's feasible, because they're my guardian. Because of my situation, I have a guardian that looks out for me because of my autism, and not always being able to I'm not the greatest at math, and I haven't always, so it's nice to have a guardian. And my mother happens to be my guardian. If you're all wondering, I might as well just say it. So it's good to have her as my guardian, protecting my assets and protecting me, because she knows that it's hard for me to decipher money, and it's hard for me to deal with money sometimes because I'm not the smartest at math, being from special ed and whatnot. So it's good that I have her as my guardian, and I trust her because I know she knows a lot about bookkeeping and stuff like that. So it's nice. Anyways, YouTubers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Uh, if you have, if you haven't, if you please wouldn't mind, don't forget to also like and comment on my videos. And if you wouldn't mind commenting down below why you dislike my videos, so I could make them better, that would be greatly appreciated. Keep your heads up, stay strong, all that kind of jazz. Have an excellent time, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you later, you YouTube folks. And enjoy the rest of your night, day, whatever you're having. And may your life be filled with sunshine and rainbows and happiness. And always have a light at the end of the tunnel, and always remember your self-worth. I can't stress that enough because I have been in that mentality lately since I've been seeing therapists, a therapist, about self-worth and what self-worth is. So anyways, YouTubers, bye for now.